I do believe we are alive. So I'll say, indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me again, finding yourself here in this moment. Today's dream topic is going to be about what we are hotwired for and then what we're hotwiring ourselves for. Right? Apparently, at least it is kind of well accepted that we have some sort of moral compass hotwired into every single one of us. Like we have some sort of fundamental understanding of what it means to be a moral human being. And I would like to believe, I might be wrong, obviously, that we had to evolve that way, right? That we wouldn't be a species that have transcended nature, if you will, if we didn't evolve to have values, to have, these hot-wired kind of ways of interacting with one another, these understandings of how we're supposed to be in a society. But then on the other side, I would also like to suggest that if we have evolved this way, if it took us hundreds of thousands of years to become the human beings we are right now, and over those hundreds of thousands of years, a bunch of things had to happen. What are we hotwiring ourselves for now? Right now, right? Like, what is happening? Shan, Mel, Louisiana. It's nice having you. Shannon and Nana here too. It's pronounced weird, not wired. I like that one too. What's this about? Us having a moral compass. I believe, Sam, I believe there's some level of moral compassing at the individual level. Like, please do correct me if I'm wrong. But killing another person just for the sake of killing them, right? Especially, like, let's say killing a person in your household. I don't know if that is something you do or don't do because of some sort of rules, right? I would like to believe. Like, we don't not kill one another because there are rules. I think we not kill one another because it's a shitty thing to do, right? And if we did just kill one another, if killing one another was evolutionarily acceptable, then all of us would be dead, right? If stealing from one another would be evolutionarily acceptable, then all of us would be ceaselessly in the state of terror. Like as you're bringing a spoonful of food to your face, someone might snatch it off of your spoon. But I feel we have evolved to a level where we don't have these particular worries anymore. We have new ones. And these new worries is actively wiring us to consider things. And how are we being wired, right? What is our content doing to us? What is our music doing to us? What is the internet at large doing to us? What is our autocratic, systems above doing to us? What do they want us to believe? I hate using the word they so liberally, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? I'm scratching at a part of your psyche that needs to consider. Sam, he's talking to normies. You can put your head down on your desk and daydream. Good morning, Goofy Flash Vehicles. Love you. I don't know if I'm talking to normies. I'm pretty normie myself in that sense. Mojo, it's nice having you here as well. Sending you love. Sorry, Sam, gave me flashbacks. Morning, Joy Vive. It's nice having you too. Nancy, hi, and love to all. Melt, I watched your Saturday stream in the afternoon, and I think it should go to the best of. Saturday, as in yesterday? Yeah, I think you're right. You know what? I'll save it in my best of. It was a interesting stream, huh? April Fools, talking about hurt people, hurting people, making my message or my title like an April Fool's joke. On day 821, Meltmore talked about hurting people. But I meant for it to be read, talked about hurting people. people that we're hurting. I thank you for letting me know, Nancy, that you appreciate it that much. I'm saving it to my list of favorites right now. Day 821. It was actually inspired by Zana with her meet people thing. Hurt people. Hurt people. And when hurt people, that hurts. Making them more hurt people, making them more likely to hurt people, which hurts. Making them. Mhm. And today we're going to talk about wiring ourselves for certain ways of being, right? Including becoming aware of the ability to hurt people. Hey, it's nice having you here, Joanne. I think I've seen you before, friend. It's nice having you here again. Sorry for missing you up until this moment. Maybe you're still here. Sending you love, 1111. Thank you for tuning us in. I also had a moment today where when 1111 rolled around, I took a deep breath and spent some time with him. Did my journal entry. And every single time I do these days, I have a structure that goes, tell me more. I'm proud I did more. Melt away the old. And then how does it make me melt more? Those four, pieces. And the first one is usually pretty long. The what I'm proud of and what I'm trying to melt away is kind of short. And then those three first ones basically communicate some sort of pattern that is actively communicating what I'm wiring myself for. And then I wire myself. Like for instance, let's do today's. And it's a little bit auto-adjusty, right? So auto-suggesty. Basically like you want these messages to stick in your brain, become your new narrative. So this is the final piece of today's entry. I am a being of strength and commitment. When I get knocked down, I get right back up and fight harder. I will learn lessons from my challenges and use this wisdom to help others facing the same or similar problems. All I do for the whole. All I learn, I give back to the whole. My life will serve as an experiment for how well we can live. And as I get better, those that join me will get better as well. Melt More will take the world by storm, not because we believe we are right, but because we are happy. We are wealthy and healthy, but most importantly, we are a community that values the power of relationship. So yeah, wiring ourselves for something. Like it's trippy. It's trippy that we are doing it intentionally, right? I feel like we have evolved with these wires getting marionetted, around like a puppet on strings. But we are actively cutting some strings and attaching new ones at this point. Isolation or individualism has become so prominent in our minds that we have been isolating ourselves. And we're trying to feed into that isolation almost from a perspective of becoming a consumer to have something to do. And I honestly believe that in this space, actively, we are trying to rewire ourselves to valuing community, one another. Our beloved Corey, with his ninja wife and ninja baby. Little fruit cup just went into like full black bandana, blacked out, mini little katana and everything, dude. Sending you love. Hello, all of you wonderful peeps. Nancy, love you again. Are you saying when you get knocked down, you get up again? Yes. I knocked myself down last night a little bit, as we do. Dad still bought me some rolling papers, by the way, with him asking yesterday. Even though I told him no, he was like, I got you some more anyway. This paper is made of 100% natural hemp fibers, unbleached and chlorine free. I can't read chlorine free. Pure hemp, unbleached, true to its roots. Nice. I'm gonna smoke the weed with the weed again. And they are never gonna keep you down. No, they won't. You know who the they is in my mind these days? It's just this analogy for demons, right? Experiences that feel, or at least I would like to consider outside of me. The experience of suffering, the experience of feeling like I'm not in control, the experience of outrage about one thing or another. It will melt away, little by little, day by day. I have to get some stuff done before my kids' play date. Have a lovely day, Natalie. Thank you for spending even a moment with us. We'll see you again soon. Though you're never gonna keep me down. Am I getting like rickrolled in chat right now? Eden is here too! Yow! Eden! Hey, Nick, it's nice having you here too, friend. Sending you love. It's nice having you, Eden. It's been a while, friend. I hope you and the little one are feeling a little bit better at this point. Our beloved Corey did mention that you were feeling a little bit under the weather. We've been sending you lovin's. It's nice seeing your name in the chat again. Nick, Shelly's here too. So many loving friends. It's nice having you. I'm not missing anyone, am I? No. Let me write something down. Hot wiring myself or something, right? What do I want to hotwire myself for? What am I gonna answer? Oh, love. It is fine. I'll do love. You win, universe. I love you too. Love on the outside. And truth, I guess. Trying to hotwire myself a truth as well, right? Now I just have to find the little Garrick that I would like to assume I have with me. It's not that much stuff, dude. Please. Did it blow away? Underneath here? No? 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 How about you? No? Let me go see. If it's not here, it's probably still inside. Fortunately, you friends can come with me. The audio remains. It might have been blown away, honestly. Yeah, it's not inside. Thought as much. I don't know about you, friends, but for some reason, looking for things, right? Even if it's something as small as a little piece of paper, yeah, I don't know if it causes me distress necessarily, but it is something that I feel can really rob me of my human experience sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You know, that act of like really pacing almost, walking back and forth in a space, trying to find something, knowing that it used to be here somewhere, feeling like you're going insane for not being able to find it. I'm feeling like that right now. Where can you be? Small little paper. Where did you go? Please let me know. Oh, I think I might have. Did I? I feel like I'm on cloud nine right now, like I'm spacing out or something. Come on, dude. I didn't hide it from myself. Not even in here. It couldn't disappear, can it? The laws of physics. It's being like, nah, dude. You put an infinity symbol of valor on that little piece of paper, and now it's disappeared. Oh, it's in cyberspace. I guess I'm gonna go and have to get myself another one. Hotwiring myself to be calm, I guess. I'm still gonna have to do another sweep. One more sweep. Looking underneath all of the things. I didn't put it inside here somewhere, did I? Apparently not. Inside here. When I'm afraid, I... Then I'm afraid I just don't believe you. The future is now, my friend. I think I'm missing some topics. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let me say, dog, you didn't get rickrolled. You just got chumba wumbait. Chumba wumbait. I don't know if that's better, dude. Maybe we can make it a thing. It's not there. It's not here. It's not underneath here. It's not inside here. No, okay. I guess we'll seek for another. It's a bright little orange piece of paper as well, so even if it did blow away with the wind a little bit, I would hope I would see it. Let's see how good the microphone is gonna pick up as I move a little bit away from it. You know what? I'm gonna take you friends with me. I'm gonna take you with me. I hate looking for things, especially since I know it's supposed to be here, right? It was here a second ago, and now it no longer is. So I guess we'll go and seek for it elsewhere. We can practice our selfie angle. Or it might have been here somewhere. Nothing? All right. Then it surely will have to be something we begin anew. It's not even here yet. Oh. Yeah, meow. Hey, meow, meow. Hey, meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow. Meow, meow. Can you hear that? Kitty losing its mind? Meow, meow. Maybe this is exactly what I'm supposed to be experiencing. Hotwiring myself for embarrassment, I guess. Only person who can embarrass you is you, right? Guess that is the joke. I'll put some thieves on this one. This is the other one at Valor. Skbal. And then, since we're here, I might as well write truth. Truth. Truth and love are the things we want to be wired for. We'll put some protection on that. We'll put some abundance. We'll put some God. We'll put some yours. It's the mystery. We'll put some gift. Thinking about Christian as well. Sicketh. Let's go again. Oh, goodness. No harm, no foul. Meow, meow. Meow. Where did you go, kitty, kitty? There you are. Look at that sprawling. And then there's a puppy underneath my legs. And then our little love doves that are so chill. Like, you know any doves you can just like walk up to kind of casually? They're like, yeah, little dovies. They're kind of like getting out of the way, but they're pretty chill. Dovies. More infinity symbols. Thank you, universe. Oh, Puppy just tripped over something. I'm sorry. Are you all right? Hope so. Yeah. You got me. You got me. We're back. We went on a mini adventure. Felt kinda like I would rather not have to go on adventures like that. Man, I feel so out of it. I guess that's the thing that really trips me out. is that I'm talking about a stream topic that kind of resonates with me, especially in the capacity how I feel it is something that is of importance. All right, the way we're wiring ourselves. And then my mind obviously has to go and feel kind of spacey and be like, yeah, wire yourself to be okay with spacing out as well sometimes. Tub thumping. I don't know what that means. Tomorrow I'll give you 20 subs. You don't have to do that, Nick Per. Thank you though. Like, tell your friends. But Eva sighting, look at the all of the doggers in the single frame. Is a kitty kind of out of frame, you know, walking there as well. Maybe she'll grace us with her presence now. She's sitting down. All right, we have our intentions written, our runes, and our truth. I guess we can start. Probably not supposed to be smoking a joint right now with the way I'm feeling, kind of spacey, up in the air. But maybe that's exactly where I'm supposed to jump off from today. Why tomorrow? What can you do today? I'm actually trying to unhotwire something. I just noticed when I self-talk, I always use the word you, like I'm ordering myself to do things. Like I'm a worker, not a person, and I'm trying to say I and my. I like that, dude. It's very interesting that you had to mention that, of course, because today in my journal, that last bit specifically, I wrote you as well. It was like I am a being of strength and commitment. And then it started, you will, no, 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 no. And then I was like, actually, I don't know if I want to address myself as you in this moment. And then I went to the I am perspective as well. And it felt like there was a significant shift just in that way of addressing the self. I feel like the word you, even though it's necessary, right? Hey, you. Yeah, you. That you is still ultimately I am, right? If I go, hey, you, what is your name? You would say, I am, and then make the sound that you associated with your name. All of us start from the same I am, ultimately. Orange paper adventures, we freaking orange paper adventure. Don't believe me because it now, no, now tomorrow. We believe you, friend. When I'm afraid, then I just don't believe you. We'll see. Orange paper. Yes, we can hear Kitty. Good. That's a happy jar of bud. It is. It's one of the last ones I have left. I didn't plant more weed this year. Part of me feels like I wasn't supposed to. I don't know what that was about. I'm still feeling into it. There will be another year again to plant. Another season is yet to come. Now we finally know where the orange paper respawns from. Yeah. Keeps respawning from the mother paper. Big piece. You know where that piece of paper came from? I pulled it from an old like project folder or file or something, you know, with like thick pieces of cardboard and then a bunch of documents, you know, a bunch of drawings and stuff. And I was like, yeah, this piece of paper literally just lays there. A slice of tree, completely unutilized, just laying in space-time. And I had to do something about it. I was thinking to myself this whole time, who the fuck makes orange filters? I do that. We'll do purple next or something, I guess. I'm a bee from you, Kitty. That's nice. Eva sighting. You still there? Nah, it's just Pippi now. Oh, Pippi, you around? How did that happen? Where your friends? Where your friends go, Pippi? I have a weird ability to get closer to rabbits than most. I can actually get like 10 feet away before they scamper off. Anyone else I've seen is usually almost as soon as they get spotted. That feels kind of significant to me, Corey, especially since we have friends here who identify with the spirit animal of the rabbit specifically. I like that synchronicity. Carrie, maybe you're part lettuce. You don't know. You don't have buns just frolicking about here. Some people, some places do, right? Like that was something that was kind of like shocking to me. I think I was in a park someday, and there was just these big rabbits with the red eyes, and I was like, bruh, why are these rabbits just out here? Aren't they supposed to be in someone's home or in a little, place? Because up until that point, the only place I ever saw rabbits were in little habitats, I guess you can call it. Habitats is probably the PR way to say it. Make sure that you don't offend people. Do you do have a skill for attracting vegetarians? Pippi ate the valor symbol. Maybe she did. Maybe she did. It just confuses me, right? Is that whole fractal of something disappearing, like your sock disappearing or something? Like when I came and sat down here, I was holding onto the piece of paper underneath this grinder, and I could specifically feel it. And then when I sat down and I started my process, it was no longer here. And I searched multiple times, and I'm like, I still can't find it. That part, the fact that I can't find it, right? If I could see it blow away, I would be like, oh man, we lost it. But not seeing it blow away and then it's just gone. That doesn't sit well with my brain. Is that a gobbity say I drive by love attack once again. Love, 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 love. I am being disciplined in devoting my attention to IRL ventures. Brother Bear, I'm proud of you for that. Continue to. Thank you for spending even a moment of your time with us. Go and manifest even more fractals, dude. You got this, Gabbity Goo. I'm sending you love. I will appear less and less often in this form, as I don't view this as a productive use of my free time, of which I have so little. That's okay, Brother Bear. I guess. All of us only have so much free time, and there's only that much we can choose to do with it. If this is not of value of you, not of value to you, if you don't believe it can help you hotwire parts of your mind, you can still choose to do it in other ways at least. We love you, Brother Bear. Whenever we see you, we'll welcome you lovingly back. I'm feeling like going back to sleep, so I will be back another time. See you again, Nancy. Love you, friend. Brother Ryan is here too, sending you love. Melt is going to be moving into my fractal winter growing weed in a basement. Well, I feel like in the sun, it's gonna be that way, dude. Things are gonna swap around. There's probably gonna be some change, and then that change is gonna lead us into our winter. Whew, I feel like I'm a little bit intimidated even. Like there's a lot of change coming. Clearly. Clearly. Yo. Like I'm not having a good time right now. All of a sudden. Like I understand doing something, right? But I don't always understand how we choose to communicate why it is we're doing it. I think I'm gonna just take a moment of silence. I am hotwiring myself every day for truth and love. And I can do that every day because I'm doing it for truth and love. And there's nothing that I can find more valuable than that. Spending time with your friends has become the most important thing in my life. And it is of importance to me. And nobody can take importance from you, right? The things you find importance in is your own. Truth and love. All right. I think I have amply considered how this is supposed to make me feel. And I have concluded it makes me feel. So I'm going to chuck it up to like, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to feel things. Yeah, I agree, Kitty. I do. Yeah, I feel that way too. It's fine. Da, na, 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 na. I'm a rabbit whisperer too, of course. Okay, I will give you now, host. Thank you, friend. Like, I don't know exactly what you're talking about. If you were buying subs, please don't. I kind of value the feeling of intimacy sometimes. Lol. Like, what I mean with that is like, I think of every single person that chooses to subscribe as a divine individual, right? And if it's both subs, then I can't do that, unfortunately. Don't let them steal your sunshine. Impossible. Every single one of us are a ceaseless shining force, right? Quite literally. Like someone stealing your sunshine, they would have to try to extinguish me. Yeah. Every single time I get beat down, I'm gonna have to get back up. Lol, I'm loving all these 90s quotes. I'm like, you too, Zano. Thank you for joining us, friend. Doing is fine. Sometimes you have to work on being. That's why I like to hang out here. Thank you, Mojo. It's not like I'm, a 24-hour, 24/7 stream, right? And it's not like I'm expecting you to be here for the full 2 hours that I stream for. I stream for 2 hours because then like for an hour at least, because then in an hour window, I get to connect with a friend for at least a moment. And to hear that, that is not something that is a suitable use of free time. I understand. I guess I do. Feeling, puppy. Oh, feeling. Wanting for things to be differently begets suffering. How about that? Is that a Noli meta? I don't think I've seen your username. Ronald? Sending you love as well. Are you summoning friends into the space? Yes, your puppy. Yes, your puppy. Please don't cut me. Never, Luke. Sending you love, friend. It's nice having you. I was so excited when I had both the time and the memory at the right time to visit the stream today. Thank you, Eden. I feel like I'm not delivering, right? Like I feel like I'm being less than perfect. Fuck. I'm tripping out, I guess. That's the problem. Stuff in my water. I think it's whatever Pippi had in her mouth. It's disgusting. It's remedy water, okay? I'm not gonna throw it away. Freedom, beauty, truth, and love. Thank you. Thank you again for reminding me. Are you making alt accounts? I also don't know. I'm just seeing the amount of love, joy itching with the banner for alt accounts. Melty, Louisiana, love again. I like hanging with you guys because you're nice and funny. There are so many not nice people out there. Sometimes it's the ones I find myself closest to. It's refreshing and I look forward to it. Me too. Me too, Zano. Thank you. You know what's fucked up? It's this fractal of caring. You know, like if you start caring, it also allows for the opportunity to get hurt. So some of us like to pretend that we don't. I feel you can pretend well enough that you believe yourself. But I don't. I don't believe that narrative of I don't care. I have become convinced before, multiple times over. But also, I now know more than ever that you don't have to prove yourself. That it is your story. I'm building frameworks in my brain right now. You can call them walls. You can call them compartmentalizations. But I'm putting them in boxes. And I'm trying to understand where they're coming from. And I do. Like I'm watching it right now. My family also doesn't want to spend free time with me. And I've been trying to understand that for a long time. I understand. I do. But I wish I could do something about it. I can't change who I am, what I'm passionate about, how I like spending my time. Because we don't have a lot of it. Even if you get to live for 1,000 years, we don't have much time in this plane of existence. And the joke is, I look forward to dying one day. It's not something I'm scared of anymore. It has allowed me the freedom to actually just live, to stop hot wiring myself in ways that I know I can, know I'm capable of. Like I am disciplined to the point of destruction. I have to stop myself. I saw what looked like a arena. In the center of that arena was just this comically large torch. I don't know what's happening in chat right now. I'm just seeing Nick, Nick, Nick. Oh goodness. Love you, friend. I don't know if you're real human beings. I would like to believe. I really value human perspective. And I can feel myself melting. And every single one of you friends gets to see parts of yourself in moments like this differently. You might not share exactly the same fractal as me, but you understand. You are intelligent. And I don't know if the bots are there yet. Whew, Susanna Samsies. Love you. Love you, Luke. My plants officially didn't freeze to death in the new home last night. Ah, isn't it nice to hear that sentence? Brother Duck Dad moved his jelly plants to an outdoor grow room, like a little greenhouse area, I believe. And it's still cold in America, and plants can be very sensitive to freezing temperatures, so they survived. I'm so happy to hear that. Sending you love, Brother Bear. Blessings to those little plants. May they grow big and strong. Nope, Doug, there is another in my sights. The one. Nah, I don't think that's reasonable. I am feeling. I think I got April Fools yesterday, where I went online with with a computer and went to the studio side, opened the video. Susanna sent me her email. I thought I needed the email to enable people to be mods. And then the stream I opened, the friends that were in the stream, I clicked on their names and it gave me the option to turn them into standard moderators. People who could filter messages. I get to see though, right? That's the only reason I was okay with it as well. It's like if you filter messages, I still see them. The chat can't, but I do, right? And I'm like, yeah. So at least if a message got banned, it's gonna be marked in black. So I can ignore it consciously, but I can also see. So I was like, yeah, this is fine. And then the next day it was April Fools. And you friends and me get to see it in chat. And I was like, nice. I got April Fools. Oh yeah. There are more friends that I want to make mods, but I don't know if there's a limit to the amount I can have. The friends that I feel value the space as much as me are the ones that I've modded so far. That was in that chat on that day that I went through a stream. To give you the fractal, if that is something that has been tripping you out. Yeah, Malta's pretty gay. Great comedic timing. Thank you, friend. Oof. I can feel your feels from here, my friend. I don't think Gob's comment landed as it was intended. I know it hurt you a bit. I'm sorry for those feelings. It's okay. It's okay. Um, every single day. All right, let me show you. Let me show you. So I have one of these every day, right? And then what these basically encompass is a list of things. And so there's like my nightly thoughts, things that I want to do, a list of things I'm grateful for, and then at the bottom, a list of things that I want to feel at the end of the day. And every single day, the last thing I write down that I want to feel is I want to feel what I came here to feel. I want to feel what I came here to feel. So, yeah, I'm here to feel it, my friend. Whatever it is worthy of being felt. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to feel it. Embrace your emotions. These experiences are worthy. Susanna, I couldn't agree more. I wish it went. I wish it. I miss it when I can't be here as much as I would like. I truly is like a coming home and being welcomed with a warm hug and something baking in the oven. Corey, it's beautiful you say that because in my mind, that is exactly the way I think of a warm home welcome, right? Like especially the fullness of the aroma. Is that a hoopy and a sofa? I see. Sending both of you friends love. It's nice having you here with me. Joe Schmo as well. Even Joe Schmo. Love to you too. It's nice having you. Joy Vive. Nah, I'm doing fine. I will protect myself. I'm doing fine. Thank you for the love. Hi, Joy. Thanks for asking about the family. Everything is really good, and we are fortunate. How are you? Thank you, Ryan, for letting us know. Jenny, it's okay to feel off, man. I'm off as fuck today. Underwritten, be human with us. Can't be on all the time. Exactly. I agree, right? That's why I like to write down and remind myself. I want to feel what I came here to feel, right? Without judgment, without expecting myself to feel one way or instead of another, to be able to feel things and be like, wow, I don't know if I want to continue feeling that way, but at least I know I can, and I get to move past it mindfully, little by little. Gabi says, you misunderstood me. I meant socializing digitally is not a use of free time I'm valuing lately. Me too, dude. Me too, Gabrigu. I understand, right? I have been in the same space, but what I'm asking is why do you feel the need to communicate it like that? Right? Because it's okay for you to take time away from your digital, life, if you will. In fact, I encourage it. One of the biggest things that I encourage you friends to do is to just spend time with you, right? Where it started for me, like really sinking in, is just not taking my devices into the bathroom with me, right? Where I'm okay with being distracted. I don't need to scroll Reddit while I'm sitting on the toilet. I can just be. And then that kind of allowed me to notice how over and over again this want to open or unlock my phone would arise. And I was like, and every single time I fought that experience, it made me realize how much the digital world has grips on my unwillingness to be bored. And I've been leaning into being more away from my devices and less active digitally as well. But in that experience, I have also created this one, right? Because I know, even though I don't know if it's the best thing for my health or for my, mental experience to ceaselessly be integrating, right? Like you should have on and off days with stuff like that as well, or on and off moments during your day. Like it should never just be a static, experience, because anything static becomes kind of boring, right? What we want is not boring. We want novelty. So being able to be authentically human and at the same time have access to technology, I feel this stream, this space that we've built together, has been a point of connection, where instead of being completely dependent on needing to send messages, we can come into a space together in the same way you would come into a space together physically, and just be reminded that there are people that know you, that there are people that care about you, that there are people that love you, right? Because that is technically what it is we need ultimately from humanity as human beings. And things have changed. We came out of an epidemic very recently, and a lot of us are lonely. So, how regularly do you think you have to connect with other human beings? The answer that I've come up with is every day. It helps me. It might not help everybody, but that's why I'm not forcing it on anybody other than myself. Because I am the type of person who would just fall into complete, social neglect if I don't, right? Like it's a one or another for me sometimes, where I can go months without saying anything. It is a weird fractal, a juxtaposition, that's within me as well. So I do understand. We're all trying to find balance, but balance means something different for everybody. You can still feel loved, seen, connected in 5 minutes. 1 minute, taking a moment, send a loving message. I'm not asking for your life. Quite the contrary. I want you to live yours. That is what I'm trying to encourage. Jokingly, I consider myself a cosmic cheerleader, where my God is more feminine in nature. The God that I believe a lot of us associate with godness is masculine, which I also do in part believe. Masculine as a polarity, the part of you that is aware. And then the feminine is the other part of that polarity, the part of which you're aware of, right? The everything, your physical body, the trees, all of that is feminine to me. And I'm in a relationship with her. I'm breathing atmosphere right now, after all. Eating food, consuming content, which is abstraction. I mean, even our computers is nature. Sure, it's like tricking rocks into thinking, but it's still rocks. It's still fundamental forces of the universe. You are a computer. There's electrons running in your brain, right? So realize that this whole thing, this whole stream, this conscious evolution thing that we're trying to do right now, it is done from the perspective of trying to evolve. That we as human beings are capable of evolving. For the longest time, most of our evolution was biological. I feel most of our evolution in the future, going into the future, is going to have to be mental. Like you're gonna have to make mental decisions with whether or not you want to genetically modify your organism, right? Because this is your organism. It's the organism that you happen to have control over. the part of you that is nature. And then there's the part of you that is aware of it. Lovingly so. Can be even more lovingly so. Would only be if lovingly so. But we don't allow ourselves that luxury sometimes. That the only person that can truly love us fully is ourselves, and we're also the hardest person to get to love ourselves. Right? Like all of the things that annoy other people about you, you live with. uh, it stings. It stings. Also, it is an opportunity, as always, as Frog. Love you, friend. I got broken up with by some friends this week, and I'm here with a broken heart. Shelly, you are loved, dear friend. I'm sorry you had to go through that. We are lucky to be able to hurt. I do agree, even though it doesn't feel nice to, Luke. If we weren't able to feel anything at all, we wouldn't be hurting either. Right, so I knew it. I knew that comment didn't just land. It was intended. I feel you, friends. Shelly, you've been there. I'm sorry for you to have to feel that. New beginnings and a chance to love yourself. Beautifully said. I'm sorry, Shelly. So much love. I'll give you a hug if I could. Maybe one day, Joy Vive. Big warm hug to you too. Thank you, Shan. So much love for our brother Nick. I'm Ron Broken. It's okay to be. As a crafter through as a crafter, though, Shelly, broken and raw are the best places to start the craft. Beautifully said. I'm about to digitize these arms and reach into the digital world and hug the crap out of my sad brothers and sisters. Until you're so squished, you forget that you're sad and can only think of surviving. I like that. I'm gonna, just like you start hugging someone and they're like, ah, this is nice. And then there's 50% more pressure and you're like, oh, this is such a tight hug. And then there's 50% more pressure. And you're like, oh, I'm suffocating. And then there's 50% more pressure. Oh, I'm being crushed. And then there's static pressure. And you can't breathe. And all you have to think about is surviving. And then your friend lets go of you and you get to gasp for air. And you're like, what the fuck? Why did you do that? And you're like, well, you don't look very sad now, do you? Look at you, so chipper. So up in atoms. What are you gonna do? You gonna fight me? Hmm? So my world accomplish. Nick, did you invite a bunch of your friends? That are my friends' show, so tomorrow I'm now. Haha, Nick. I feel it. Maybe it's just, Nick having a bunch of friends joining us. I feel like the usernames are unique enough that they might be actual people, especially JR Music. And as a sign of love, they joined, gave us an update. That's nice of you, Nick. So my word accomplished. You made magic happen today, Nick. Like actual magic. Being able to get anybody to do anything. Right? And like the joke is as well, even if it's actual bots, those bots were made by people, right? Or are being run by people that came into the chat, sent a loving message to Nick, manifested his name, updated the stream. That's a lot of effort. So I see it as love. Thank you, dear friend. I don't know if I would approve, right? I don't know if I have a choice. But I can see the amount of love, dude. Like it's kind of visceral. It's like trippy. It's like my body is in a state of shock. It's like, whoa. Thank you. Sending you love again, dear friend. Again, Joshmo and Malaf. It's nice having you friends here. This Nick fella gets around. I don't think you can do it that fast. That's too fast. It's like he's god level technomancer if that's what's happening. Man, I think I missed a bunch. Holy. Be skin best motivation. New stream topic: how to deal with people who don't see you the way you want to be seen. I don't know that we need to be seen the way we want to be seen. I feel like wanting to be seen in a certain way is a futile dream, right? Like there was this weird fractal that I heard today of a dude talking about a near death experience when he was like 18. He drowned, was underwater for like 10 to 15 minutes. And he remembered unity. He entered the light. He saw all of his lives. And one of the craziest parts that he mentioned, which I've had an experience with as well, but haven't heard articulated like that, is as you're having a conversation with your family members or with your friends and they're listening to you, you can also hear all of their thoughts as they're listening to you and their feelings because nothing is hidden to you within unity. And you get to understand with perfect clarity why this event, like a divine comedy, is unfolding. It's not exactly how he said it, but I am paraphrasing a little bit. We're already one, inseparable, right? How much closer do you want to get? I guess it's the question I have to ask myself sometimes. So much love is being sent. Thank you again. I'm about to. That's so nice. The Chinese art where they fill in the cracks with gold. Kintsugi, I believe that's what it's called. I believe it's a Japanese practice, though, maybe. I often get goosebumps with tears. So when I express gratitude for these emotions and how incredible life is, yeah, Doc, pain is the best creative motivation. Especially if you want to write like poetry or something. If you're like really feeling like you're bursting, exploding with emotion, write it down. Fill in the crack. Oh, oh my goodness. Dude, that jokes with the win. Story of my life, Mojo. Or maybe how to deal with these desires to be seen in a certain way. Yeah, I get you. It's hard to be thin skinned. Joy. That's what I need to know. We're getting better at it, I believe. My daughter was playing with toilet paper yesterday. I am just discovering this now. This is going to be interesting. Yeah. How about that? You come into a world. Apparently, again with this dude's near death experience, he was forced back into his body. Like after he was basically dead. And the way that I interpreted this from a logical slash scientific perspective is that this dude had like an extreme DMT release while he was drowning, preserving his brain, keeping him unbrain damaged, but he was still very much transcendent. Like he died and left his body. And then he was clearly not done living. And oneness knew that. So put him back in his body. And he mentioned that it was like the worst thing ever. It was like, this sucks. This is the worst experience that I could possibly have, becoming re-embodied, right? Becoming a human. And now I'm imagining that fractal. Plus, now you're a baby human being and you're rediscovering this world, right? You're like trying to understand what the hell's happening. And then you discover this fractal that is a rolled up piece of trees that have been pulped up and made into a thin sheet that you wrap around your hand and then wipe your ass with because you have to eat food and poop and it leaves debris. Like that's so brutal. That's what the hell? Why? And that's what we're here for, right? Like I feel, and this is another like hermetic wisdom kind of principle, that the human being in a weird way exists at a plane that is almost more powerful than what we would consider these fundamental god, heads. Where being a godhead, being the actual head of God, peering in all directions, through all directions, at all places at the same time, right? That is a beautiful perspective to have. And yet, having the human perspective, having that experience of that which is above and the experience of that which is below, Knowing at this point of technology, of like atomic and subatomic particles, proteins, friggin' organs, cells, and how we build up turtles on turtles on turtles to become human beings, and how we're now pushing consciousness, intelligence into turtling up even more. We are existing as individualized godheads that have the autonomy to not be a part of the unity, or at least to believe ourselves not to be, right? That you can convince yourself that you're so alone, so far apart from the rest of reality, so unloved. But it is something that you're gonna have to believe, otherwise it will not become realized in your mind, right? So don't believe it, please. What's the use? You're breathing oxygen right now. There's probably organisms in that oxygen. Your lungs have an immune system as well. They'll take care of it. You're not alone. There's so many things living on you right now. Your serotonin is being produced by a microbiome. Doug, we have officially reached the fascination with toilet paper phase. Last week, Fruit Cup threw her shoes into the toilet. I'd love to graduate to just loving the paper. Yeah, I guess that is better. Being a human being, learning how to human being in this world. Oh man, this is melting my brain, right? But we at one point also didn't know what a toilet is. We didn't know how to wash ourselves. We didn't know how to brush our teeth. We didn't know how to hold a spoon. We didn't know how to walk. We definitely did not know how to talk. Two birds just chased one another really close to the camera. I think that dude is strutting. Like he's sitting on the roof in the sunlight, doing a little tail flick. You can probably see them in the background at this point. Maybe not. They seem to be spicing it up, chasing one another. Okay, let me get back to the present. Love to you again. Thank you, Sofa, for the love. Good. Kids have long kittenhood. Kids are cats. Climb up everything. Go where you don't want them. Eat what you don't want them to. Knock things over while you're staring at you. Joy Viva loved that. Meltmore, no problem. Nick said, thank you. Alan, I appreciate the amount of love you friends, have for your friend. Thank you for choosing to show up with him. Corey, the knocking things right over while staring at you is her vibe lately. Be like, what you gonna do, dude? Let's see how consequences work in this world. That is what they're doing. They're like literally experimenting with consequences to be like, if I do this thing, how are my parents going to react? On my way to donate plasma to vampires. Good luck, Joe. Good luck, dude. Don't let them rip you off. Or get your money's worth. I just got my link for the song, huh? It's in like 30 minutes. The best part of waking up is melting your cup. Dude, sofa. I want to keep that one, dude. I want to eventually one day make some sort of like super tea. Caffeinated green tea that makes you fly or something. Best part of waking up is melting your cup. Ah, I'm levitating. Ah, how about that? I can fly. And then meanwhile, the outside world is just watching this person. Wow! Wow! Sitting on the ground. Woo! Wow! It's like, what the fuck's in that tea, dude? It's just LSD. They just coat tea leaves and so much LSD. I'm sorry. That's a horrible idea. Making me out of the toilet 2 days in a row. Blame the time change, mouth. We can't break routine. It's fine, dude. The best part of waking up, like I'm not trying to call you out. I'm not trying to call you out. I'm trying to make a point, right? You don't have to give the toilet time up. You can just do it as like a first thing as you wake up. That's actually the best one I'd recommend. As you wake up first thing in the morning, just be. Sure, get up and go to the bathroom, drink some water, but don't touch your devices. At least not at first. Just be like away. World. Try to get some bright light exposure. Apparently that helps. I tried to do that. Be a little bit more, and then allow yourself to start the fractal all over again. See what the cyberspace holds. Yeah, that would go. Yeah, the best part of waking up. Again, love to you, friend. Thank you, Isang. So much love. Thank you for mentioning the loneliness aspect, the pandemic, becoming a stay-at-home dad, a business that is solo. It was a dark time. You guys are the best social network I've had in years. And we love you, Doug Dad. Thank you, Brother Bear. Like the fact that we get to support one another. The fact that you know, have been an inspiration to this community. You starting your own business, you being an example of, you know, the fractal. That you can do things. You're literally a dad, or you already have a kid. Starting a whole new thing. It's impressive, bro. Gives me hope. Oh, I should probably not just move the stream. That's like what I was starting to do. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna move the stream out of the sun to not get fire Marisa. But I think I'm going to do a little bit of speed run. So tomorrow is now. Thank you. That's a friend show you. Nick, you did, dude. Like you put your money where your mouth is, you know, in metaphorical speaking. Mentioned the loneliness aspect. We love you again, Brother Bear. Thank you. My past experience of pain and anguish inspired my hand to write. The overwhelming desire to release emotions and explain myself was the thing that helped me be a poet. Beauty inspired by pain. Choshmo, I hope it helped, and I hope you feel less in pain these days. At least from what I've seen, you seem to be loving. You make me happy, Brother Bear. Cause I was looking at your video and your subs compare my 7 videos and subs was equal. We'll get more, dear friend. We're gonna keep doing this thing, dude. Going all the way. How do those ultra glittery polish build up? I have absolutely no idea. On what? Totally confused. Love again to you, Loizana. Thank you, friend, for sharing that fractal as well. I like the one. See sunlight before your screen. Sunlight before my screen. You want to see the other side of it? Squam. How's that fractal? The sun is setting on my side of the world, friends. You're getting yours. You still have a whole day ahead of you. Love you, Luke. Love you, Loizana, again. Thank you for sending love to our beloved Sam. Comment on the glitter. Duck, I'm pretty isolated. I have to score a group of friends. I don't have friends IRL, just online. Hopefully that will change as well, Shal. I mean, maybe this could be like practice for you. The better you get at this, the better you'll be at talking to strangers when it comes to the real world as well. You are worthy of friendship, dear friend. I felt the big suck. Friendship is very precious, and I never understood how people could just casually throw it away. You are loved here. Love you too, Sam. Yeah, I feel friendship is something that people don't see any immediate return on, right? Like you can't quantify with numbers how valuable a friendship is to you, right? Spending time with someone, learning about their lives, how valuable that will be to you in the grand scheme of things, right? The extreme of enough time passing. but more often than not, it is the most valuable thing to you. Like pretty much everybody would give up all their money to get more of those experiences at the end of their life. So I feel like what that makes me happy is the fact that us friends at least have found that. Eden, I'm so dense this morning, I couldn't read your message. I feel that way too sometimes, Shell. It's fine. Blood pressure is still high. Breathing softly with you by the jaw. Better luck next time. Love you, friend. I like this one. Sunlight on your screen. Yeah. Going to bounce. Love you, Duck Dad. I'm a Filipino. Good night. You are a human being. A divine being, Nick Purr. A being that is here in this world. Not to be taken advantage of, but to experience your experience. You are loved, dear friend. You all are. By Doug. Melty, I am content with my world these days. I have my moments, but I don't carry that kind of anguish in my heart. Ironically, I don't have the inspiration for writing intense poetry. Something about balance and necessity for all types of emotions. I like that, Joe. It feels like you have balance. Just in reading that message, it made me feel more balanced myself. I can see you're growing, Brother Bear, and you're trying to do what's well for yourself, for the world. It is an ongoing process, and all of us are actually trying. Makes me happy. It's an interesting observation. It is. It is, friend, and you're paying attention, right? That is what is of utmost importance. Is that you? All you have to do is pay attention, be aware, and this is the hard part. Be grateful for what you're aware of, even when it sucks sometimes, even when it kicks your ass, and it will. Oh, it will. It will, and then you can be like, yeah, that had hurt, it took a beating there for a second, and then you get back up, and you're like, onward. This one. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Card time. Card time. Skabam. Infinite wisdom. Look at them cetaceans. Look at them mermaiders. Mermaider, mermaid. Look at them dolphinies. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wallies. What's wrong with me? Oh, I love whales so much. And I love Wally. I love them both. Gratitude is key. Gratitude is key. Yellow. I mean, this mermaid specifically as yellow hair, dude. Maybe you're feeling towards her soul. She's the one swimming with the dolphins. Do you feel you resonate more with the dolphins than you do with the whales? Part of me does. I don't know why. I feel because of the size. The sun is firing my razor at my eyes, so I'm gonna cover them. I can still kind of see. Let's see if I can read this way. Again, I can't see my screen anymore, but this is what the card looks like. That's interesting. 53. Infinite wisdom and wisdom keepers. Whales are denizens of the deep, caretakers of oceanic wisdom, and record keepers for planet Earth. They communicate by means of song, stories, and telepathy. Whales remember how to travel with grace of movement over thousands of miles, following ancient migration routes. The four horizontal figure eights or Mobius strips suggest that there is wisdom greater than time and depth. It is infinite wisdom. Pulling this card could find you seeking a measure of wisdom to help you comprehend a situation. Something does not make sense, and you are having difficulty understanding why events are occurring as they are. I'm getting so schooled right now, huh? How about that? Quit! Quiet your thoughts! Fine. Allow your consciousness to float in this fluid blue ocean. Tune in to the wisdom that the humpback mother and the calf embody. You may want to trace an infinity symbol on your forehead or palm, or wave your hands in a figure 8 motion. To help connect you with this infinite wisdom. Telepathically plug in to the records kept by these magnificent cetaceans. Ask this infinite source to offer you the wisdom you require to bring greater understanding to your thoughts. If your inquiry is not one of confusion, this card confirms that you are indeed in touch with insight and good judgment. And you may be assured that your decisions will be sound. Celebrate your own wisdom. I did pull the card reversed, as you friends saw. And it goes, today you may not feel so wise. Relax into the knowing that this too shall pass. Yeah. I actually mentioned that specifically a few times, didn't I? The fact that I felt off. I don't feel wise, right? And I'm trying to talk about a topic that I feel I need to be wise to have anything of worth to say. What we are hardwired to be, to do, to show up as, right? This too shall pass. You friends have shown up with me. Partaken of infinite wisdom. Wisdom deeper than time and space. Going deeper and deeper. It's hard for me to differentiate which one I bond to more. Whales and dolphins are our brethren. They are born of water. They knew us when we were still smart. Holy shit, you guys, this card, of course. I feel this dolphin and whales look down upon us as an evolutionary branch. They live the way that is true and live in a way that is this stuff. I wish I could live under the sea. I hear you, dude, and I agree, right? Like the dolphins, they eat literally their food just flies around, like those two dovies. I don't know if you can see them, already gone. Like just food flies in the sky, and you just go towards it. Oh, yummy, yummy. That sounds great, and all of your food is good for you as well. You know, you're eating whole meals. I feel like human beings have more sophisticated palates though, right? Like none of us really revel in the idea of eating a creature from being alive to being dead when it meets our mouth to it fighting to get out and we squishing it, bones, guts and all, and then swallowing that pulp, right? Like that just doesn't really resonate with the way that I enjoy my meals these days. And that they might look down upon me, but I'm gonna take a step back and be like, you know what? I'm gonna look down on you. And then we can be at the exact same eye length. And then we can just be squatting down and looking at each other and be like, this is uncomfortable. Oh, what is happening right now? Or maybe we would be standing up straight, but maybe on our tippy toes. Or just maybe we should stop doing this. Okay, we have 10 minutes left before the song has starts. Luke, I did too. I wish. Wait a second. Pop it on my forehead right now. Yeah, the infinity symbols. Infinite wisdom. This world is full of abundance, and yet humans seem to complicate that issue in a way that still doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why everything is so freaking complex. Separating the worker from the means of production, Joe Schmo, is the best answer I can give you. Yeah. But we have, in a weird way, done it to the point where it's going to hopefully lead us to a world that is complexifying, but around human needs, right? And you're right about this whole abundance thing. There is an abundance, but it still takes time to really extract that abundance. I feel abundance isn't the problem in our reality. The ability to extract that abundance from the world is, right? Like it takes a lot of time to farm things, for example. If you don't believe me, ask our beloved Duck Dad. He'll tell you. I don't know if he's here anymore. I don't think he is. Yeah, he did say he's going to bounce, but it takes a lot of time to farm things. And even though there is food going to waste, there's enough food going to waste around the world that we can solve world hunger, right? So we just have to become more mindful and actually work out proper distribution networks to get the food where it needs to go, to make sure people have food to eat, right? And then if we can do that, then we can subsidize these fundamentals. If we can establish a few things that we have no negotiations on, people get to eat food, people get to live, people get to have medical care, right? People get to be educated. These are non-negotiables that we sort out. And it's going to be complex doing that. Then we can make more, make more money, make more products, make more technological, innovation. And it's going to go hand in hand, weirdly, right? Like they're going to kind of become more and more integrated with one another as we continue into the future. But we're going to have to be the ones that are those nodes, integrating the humanity aspect into the technological world. Otherwise, it won't be. All right. Otherwise, it's just going to become more and more AI and less human. Be a human. Being a human and sharing that humanness, your stories, your experiences is valuable. It's going to contribute to the whole. I don't understand. Love you again. I like mycelium made us leave the seas. I think the mycelium made us leave the seas. The mycelium prepared the land for us to be able to, right? I'm back. Love you again, Zano. Separation. That doesn't really make good sense. I can vibe with the need for progressive growth, and that idea has spawned our techno boom. But we already have enough stuff. I agree, Joe. I agree. I do agree. But if we think about it from a technological leapfrogging perspective, right? Like there are places in Africa who do not have any internet infrastructure, some places. And now instead of them having to wait for fiber or old, copper lines to be installed, they can literally leapfrog to technology coming in the next 5 years, where they just drop a little satellite on the piece of, open air, charge it with a solar panel that charges with the sun, and then they get to have internet access no matter where they are, right? So it's stuff like that where, yes, it's going to complexify things even more, but it's also going to be the change that kind of spurs on the new world, the world that we're trying to build, a world where we know about people so that we can take care of them, not know about people so we can control them. People in power absolutely have realized that once you control the seed, you control the people. Yeah. Can't we just be happy and thrive with all of the byproducts of our forefathers? Why are we still doing this stuff? Because people inevitably like problems. And if you can construct problems that you play on other rules with, and also benefit from the game and the problems you construct, right? Like you construct problems and then you offer solutions that people get to pay you for. Like the car industry, for example, them taking streets away from us, convincing us that everybody needs to be driving cars. And then the byproduct of the car industry being for the last 100 years, this fuel industry that people have been continually pouring fuel into their cars and then driving it and combusting it, gone for the rest of existence. That is like these multi layers of fuckery for wanting to make profit, because people for the longest time had the scarcity mindset of like, oh, the world is going to end soon. I need to doom prep. I need to prepare myself financially. What if things aren't going to be okay? And again, we're in the dark ages right now, Joe. We're maturing civilization. These are like the steps that we have to take sometimes. You don't have to stop. We love you. I'm gonna need to end the stream though, because people are afraid of overpopulation. Not a problem. It's really sad. Yeah, you know the neat thing about the Locuzano. I'm gonna wait for that answer, but we have to get going. I have like 8 minutes or 7 minutes. Then I have to be live again. Well, then it's starting technically. They start as grasshoppers, simple, small grasshoppers, and they get pressured into change by tight living spaces, threatened food sources, and general stress. All of that is what makes a locust. How about that? You basically generate the conditions in the world that normal grasshopper, who usually has a stable appetite, I guess, doesn't want to just continually roam and destroy. A stable appetite to just be comfortable, in its environment. Push them into a small space, force them to suffer, and then they explode out as a whole new species, as something that wants to destroy. Hot wiring them for another type of behavior. How about that, Sam? Very, very relevant. I love that. So much forethought put into the layers of deception. Love is real and here. Exactly. Love is true, right? Like we wouldn't still be here if not for love. And we just have to come back to that truth as a collective. Remember, Malti, fun fractal. My dog is named Pepe. Sounds like Tuppy. Pepe loves listening to you. More fractals. Thank you, Joe, for letting Pepe, for letting yourself listen to us as well. Sending you love. Malti follows your voice. Love is true. It's cute. Thank you for telling me that. Get to see the little fractal of a little animal in Joe Schmo's world being like, what's happening? I love you, friends. Thank you for joining me, for spending this time. I'll see you again soon. Love you.